You make me feel brand new, riding on these.
Excited. They had the ponytails and they put the little tattoo on their legs and the pants up. And when the first video came out, oh, we were so excited. I said, oh my God, she really, really did it.
Portsmouth native Missy Misdemeanor Elliott has been diagnosed with Graves' disease.
Star has kept her illness quiet for years.
The tragedies in Missy Elliott's life are beyond heartbreaking. How could someone so talented face so much pain? Missy is known for her amazing music and creative style, but her life has been filled with challenges most people can't imagine.
Years. Graves is an autoimmune disorder and there is no cure.
From health battles to abuses in her childhood. Did you know she almost lost her chance at fame because of her health? Missy's story is filled with hardships that would break most people. Let's look closer at the heartbreaking struggles.
You can't help but speculate that what she had been through in her own life gave her this determination and this.
Missy's early life was far from glamorous. Before fame, she endured a heartbreaking childhood filled with violence, fear, and poverty. Growing up in Virginia, Missy's family lived in a rundown house infested with rats. The home was often cold, dirty, and lacked basic necessities like running water. Instead of a proper bathroom, they had to use a pot as a toilet. These rough living conditions added to the challenges Missy faced at home.
You wake up and hear them arguing in the middle of the night. You see my dad put a gun to my mother's head and he make us take off our clothes.
Missy's father, Ronnie, was a violent man who terrorized the family. His job in the Marines meant they moved a lot, even living in a trailer park in North Carolina. Eventually, they settled back in Virginia, but this did not bring peace. Ronnie often lashed out in anger, especially at Missy's mother. Missy, too, sometimes faced his wrath, which left her feeling scared and helpless. She worried about leaving home to visit friends, always fearing her mother might be in danger while she was gone.
Our clothes.
He would tell me I had to unclothe, strip naked, and he would take a knife and cut it down my back.
Missy recalls a terrifying night when her father pulled a gun on her mother. In a painful interview on VH1's Behind the Music, she described begging her father not to harm her mom. "I was screaming, 'Daddy, please don't kill my mother,'" she recalled, her voice filled with emotion. This incident was just one example of the constant fear and tension that filled Missy's young life. She had to grow up fast, learning to survive in a home where love and safety were hard to find.
And Missy, I could always hear her saying, "Please, Dad, don't kill my mom. Please don't kill my mom. She's not going to do anything to you, Dad. Please don't kill my mom."
Also in a 2011 interview on VH1's Behind the Music, Missy opened up about one of the most painful parts of her past. Missy shared that, as a child, she was a victim of abuse. The person responsible was her own cousin, a fact that she revealed years earlier in 2005. That same year, she also announced plans to make a movie about her life, where she would address this difficult time. Although fans were hopeful, it seems the project is still in the works as of 2024.
We trusted him. It was, he was older. He was 16, almost 17, and we looked up to him, and we thought that if he said it was cool to do, it was.
When Missy was just 14, her mother, Patricia, decided they had to leave her father. With help from caring family members, Missy and her mom quickly gathered their things and left home while her father was away. It was a brave choice, but made things hard for the family financially. Missy always believed her mother's choice was the right one. Still, she lived in fear for years, constantly worried that her father might find them. Reflecting on this time, Missy said, "We left my father with a fork, a spoon, and a blanket. It was the scariest time of my life. I thought he would find us and kill us."
Back.
He, pulled her arm out of socket and left her in the kitchen, just sitting there.
Years later, Missy found some peace in thinking that her father may have understood why they left and accepted their decision. This thought comforts her, as it suggests he might have decided not to chase them, allowing her and her mom to start a new life free from his control. Throughout these dark times, music became Missy's only escape. She spent hours listening to her favorite songs and writing letters to her idols, like Janet Jackson, hoping they might somehow help her.
Leon.
She'd get on the bed. She was about 3 years old. She'd stand on the bed and she'd sing and she'd sing.
For young Missy, Music was more than just entertainment. It was her lifeline and her hope for a better future. Music became a way to express her feelings and find relief from her pain. School also became a safe place for Missy, although she wasn't interested in studying much. However, her life changed when her IQ test results showed she was a genius. This led her to skip 2 grades, which meant she was separated from her friends. Although being a genius might sound exciting, for Missy, it was a lonely experience. To cope with this new loneliness, Missy turned to her imagination. Her bedroom became her special retreat, a place where she could escape from reality. She described it as her own Alice in Wonderland world. In an interview with Billboard, she shared how her bedroom transformed her mood and let her forget her worries. This creative escape became her lifeline during tough times. This vivid imagination that she developed as a child would later inspire her music career.
When I started writing songs, I was probably like 4, and I would go outside and get on the trash can, and I would sing, and people would come past and they'd be clapping, honking the horn, and I would just get louder and louder and louder.
Missy faced disappointment, rejection, and doubt, even from those close to her. But these struggles only fueled her drive to succeed. When she was still a teenager, Missy formed a music group called Sista with some friends. She was determined to break into the industry, and this group was her first big step. By 1991, Sista caught the attention of Devontae Swing from the group Jodeci, who was a respected name in R&B music. He signed them to his record label, Swing Mob Records. This seemed like a huge opportunity, and for a while things looked bright. Missy and her friends felt they were on the path to success. But the path didn't go smoothly. Sista's early promise didn't last. They released a single titled Brand New in 1994, but their full album, For All the Sistas Around the World, was never released. This setback was heartbreaking for Missy and her friends. It felt like a door they'd worked so hard to open was suddenly slammed shut. Without a hit album, the group lost momentum and eventually disbanded. Missy had come so close only to be thrown back to square one. Still, she didn't give up.
Her dream that she had, it stopped. But she said, no, I'm going back out there and I'm going to try it again. I may not try it as an artist, I'll try it as a writer, but I'm going to be out there. And she did.
During these tough times, Missy didn't have much support from her family. In a 2019 interview with Marie Claire, Missy recalled how her family and friends didn't believe in her dreams. Her school friends used to laugh when she talked about becoming a star. Decades later, she could still remember those laughs. I wonder if those kids remember me, she said, because I remember all of them. But the reactions at home were even more discouraging. Her family thought becoming a famous musician was just a fantasy. They even suggested she join the army instead. For Missy, this suggestion was like a slap in the face. She felt misunderstood and alone in her dream. But Missy's belief in her music kept her going. She refused to let the doubts of others stand in her way. She remained focused on her goals, even when it felt like no one believed in her. She knew that success wasn't just about fame. For Missy, making it big also meant being able to support her mother. Her mother's struggles had inspired her to push even harder. As Missy once shared in 2001, the real dream was to make enough money to take care of all the pain and suffering my mother went through. And she defied the odds, pushing past poverty, rejection, and doubt. According to info from Celebrity Net Worth, Missy Elliott probably isn't worried about how she's paying the rent. She's reportedly worth $50 million, which is quite a bit of cash. However, long before she had those millions, she knew that she'd be rich one day and told her mother so when she was a child. I told my mother, I'm going to buy you a house, and I'm going to buy you an elevator in case your legs start hurting, she shared in an interview with Marie Claire. And she would laugh and be like, all right, okay.
Girl in the Gina Thompson single, and she was amazing. And I remember going, we've got to find this girl, find her, we want to offer her a deal.
Little did her mother know that Elliott would make good on that promise one day, something that Elliott is extremely proud of. When I got my first check, I didn't even buy myself a house first, she continued. I bought my mother a house, put a Bible in the soil, and built it from the ground up. Now that is a dream realized. But fans were left wondering why, after 2005, she seemed to vanish from the spotlight. The reason wasn't due to a lack of talent or desire, but because of serious health issues that changed her life. In 2008, Missy started losing weight fast, and she couldn't figure out why. Concerned, she visited a doctor and was diagnosed with Graves' disease. This is a thyroid problem that affects the body's hormones, leading to a range of problems. According to health experts, Graves' disease can make people feel very unwell, and for Missy, the symptoms were intense. Missy shared that Graves' disease caused several serious issues for her. Her blood pressure was often high, which she blamed partly on her heavy work schedule. She also dealt with hair loss and a condition called bulging eyes. One of the scariest symptoms, though, was severe tremors. At one point, these tremors nearly caused her to crash her car because she couldn't keep her foot steady on the brake. "I couldn't keep the brake down and almost crashed," she recalled. This moment made her realize how much the illness was affecting her daily life. Despite all these challenges, Missy didn't fully leave music behind. She continued creating songs, although she wasn't in the public eye for a long time. In one interview, she hinted at the amount of unreleased music she's holding on to, saying, "If I wanted to do the missing files of Missy Elliott, I have probably 6 albums just sitting there." This proves that her passion for music never faded. Even when she was struggling, Missy eventually found a treatment that helped her control the symptoms of Graves' disease.
Thyroid specialist Dr. Joseph Alloy describes the most common symptoms: fatigue, sweating, menstrual irregularities, hair and weight loss.
She went through radiation treatment, which made a big difference in her health, but her challenges didn't stop there. Around the same time in 2005, she tore her Achilles tendon, a serious injury that required surgery and a long recovery. This injury also forced her to slow down, but it didn't take away her love for music. Her big comeback came during the 2015 Super Bowl halftime show, where she performed on stage again, reminding everyone why they fell in love with her music. Her performance proved that no health challenge could hold her back. She was still the unstoppable force fans had known for years. But Missy's journey wasn't just about health challenges. She also faced rejection in the music industry early in her career. Despite her incredible talent, record labels turned her down because she didn't look like the typical female artist they wanted to promote. At the time, many record companies expected women in hip-hop to have a hypersexualized look, and Missy didn't fit that image. She faced this discrimination when she was part of the all-female R&B group called Sista. Even though she had undeniable talent, her looks were often judged before her music.
Mississippi putting it down. I'm the hottest round. I told you
Missy's career took off when she teamed up with producer Timbaland, marking a major turning point. Together, they created unique and groundbreaking music. Hit after hit proved that Missy's talent was what truly mattered, breaking the industry's narrow standards for how female artists should look. This partnership showed the world that talent and creativity could break down even the toughest barriers. In addition to working closely with Timbaland for many years, Missy Elliott has also worked with the talented Pharrell Williams on a number of different projects. But when they were just starting out, they faced a number of limitations and were conditioned to expect to be denied over and over again. "We came up in a time where we were always told no," he revealed in an interview with Elle, "where we were always placed in a box." But Elliott wasn't having any of that, according to Williams. Instead, she chose to break down any doors that stood in her way, thanks to her incredibly gifted mind and brilliantly trained ear. And she defied it. Over and over again, he continued. She defied the physics that were dictated to us. She ignored the gravity of standards and prejudices and stereotypes. She ignored that gravity. What a compliment, especially coming from Williams. Despite the fact that Missy Elliott has worked side by side with fellow greats like Timbaland and Pharrell Williams for decades, when she goes into the studio to record her own material, she goes solo every time. "I'm private about recording because it allows me to be myself and not have to worry," she confessed in an interview with Elle. "The energy has to be right for me. If I'm in that booth and somebody's energy is off and not really, like moving their head or something, it may make me start to doubt what I'm doing."
people you don't know. Me and Timbaland been high since 20 years ago.
Indeed, Elliott is extremely cautious about how she uses her time in the studio, as it's something that requires her to be vulnerable. "You got to be careful with the energies that you let come in the room," she continued, "because it will begin to make you doubt and fear and not want to take that risk." Fair enough, Missy. Missy was taken to court by a man who says he helped write some of her songs in the 1990s. The man, producer Terry Williams, claims he worked with Elliott on 5 songs, but she didn't give him credit as a co-writer. The judge decided not to throw out Williams' lawsuit. The judge's ruling means that Williams will get his day in court, where a jury will decide if his claims are true. Williams says he and Elliott worked together on songs released by her 1990s R&B group Sista. However, Elliott's lawyers say she didn't even know Williams when those songs were made. One song Williams claims to have co-written was later recorded by Aaliyah, a popular singer from the 1990s. However, the judge dismissed Williams' claim about this song, called Heartbroken. She explained that Williams waited too long to file a lawsuit. According to the law, he should have spoken up years ago, especially since the song was released on Aaliyah's hit album, One in a Million, in 1996. Judge said there are still questions about the other 4 songs, so a jury will need to decide if Williams really worked with Elliott on them. The judge explained that there is evidence on both sides, and it's not clear who is right. The court case is set to move forward, and now it will be up to Williams to prove that he deserves credit on those songs. One of the happiest parts of Missy's life was her friendship with the late singer Aaliyah. Aaliyah passed away in a tragic plane crash in 2001 when she was only 22. Despite the sadness, Missy and Aaliyah shared a close bond based on respect and creativity. During her work with Timbaland, started working with Aaliyah, who was also a rising star. What was supposed to be just one song turned into a lasting partnership. They created 8 songs together, including Aaliyah's hit, One in a Million.
You understand, your love is a 1 in a million.
When Aaliyah died, it was devastating for Missy, who considered her like a sister. In a 2002 interview, Missy said she was still struggling to accept the loss, mentioning that she kept dreaming about Aaliyah and felt the healing process was slow.
Definitely. And you worked with some excellent people on it. I know
Yes.
You did 6 of the tracks with Timbaland and Missy?
7, yeah, they did half of the album.
Wow.
Much love to my crew, Timbaland, Missy, and everybody.
Over the years, Missy has continued to remember Aaliyah with love. In 2018, she reflected on what her friend might have achieved if she were still alive, saying, "We can only imagine what she would be doing now. She'd be out of here and untouchable." One thing most fans don't know about her, in her personal life, she's actually very shy. When people interview Missy, they often find her shyness surprising, especially since she's so confident and powerful on stage. In a 2017 profile of Missy, journalists were even warned ahead of time about her shy personality. In 2018, Missy herself opened up about her shyness on Twitter. She shared a video of an old interview where she's visibly nervous, giggling, and fidgeting throughout. "Fun fact," she tweeted, "I'm so shy that I giggle all the time, or I rock my leg or mess with my hands." Missy's shyness may seem odd for someone who always dreamed of being a star, but she figured out a way to handle it. According to The Guardian, Missy developed a unique strategy. She learned to create a separate performer side of herself that she could turn on when needed. One of Missy Elliott's most famous looks is the giant, inflatable black costume that she wore in the video for The Rain and wore again at the 2019 MTV Video Music Awards. Well, it turns out that the getup had a real purpose, besides just looking cool. To me, the outfit was a way to mask my shyness behind all the chaos of the look, she explained in an interview with Elle. "Although I am shy, I was never afraid to be a provocative woman." Elliott also drew strength from the outfit, which set her apart. "The outfit was a symbol of power. I loved the idea of feeling like a hip-hop Michelin woman," she continued. "I knew I could have on a blow-up suit and still have people talking. It was bold and different." She added that she's always been creative and innovative in her own way, which is unparalleled by anyone else. No lies detected, Missy has received major awards and honors for her talent and impact.
Oh God, let me just soak it in.
In recent years, she's been celebrated with some impressive achievements, showing that her influence only keeps growing. Let's look at how Missy has been honored, how she inspires others, and the milestones she's reached. Missy was awarded an honorary doctorate degree from the Berklee College of Music. She not only received this honorary degree, but also gave a powerful speech to the graduating class. Her message to the students was simple but heartfelt. As long as you are breathing, it is never too late. She urged them to never give up and reminded them that they'd come too far to quit. Missy shared her own journey, talking about how she overcame struggles and worked hard to make her dreams come true. Her words left a strong impression, encouraging the new graduates to keep pushing forward. Only a month later, Missy achieved another groundbreaking honor. She was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, becoming the first female rapper to receive this title. This historic moment was celebrated by many, including former First Lady Michelle Obama, who sent a video message praising Missy for inspiring young girls to find their voices. Michelle thanked Missy for not only sharing her musical gifts, but also for being a positive role model for women everywhere. This honor solidified Missy's place as a trailblazer in the music industry. Later in 2019, Missy was recognized once again, this time by MTV with the prestigious Video Vanguard Award. This award is given to artists who have created groundbreaking music videos, and it celebrates their impact on the music industry. Missy was deeply moved by this honor and thanked everyone who had supported her over the years. To celebrate, she put on a performance that thrilled the audience. She performed a medley of her hits, including The Rain, Hot Boys, and Get Her Freak On. She even wore her famous bubble suit from The Rain music video, making the crowd cheer in excitement. Missy's achievements don't stop there. Over the years, she has won several Grammy Awards, MTV Video Music Awards, ABT Awards, and even a Women in Music Award for her creativity and innovation. In 2021, she was among the first to be inducted into the Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame, an honor celebrating African-American artists who have made a lasting impact on music and entertainment. She was also given a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame later that same year, further recognizing her influence and success. Missy's incredible journey has continued into 2023 when she became the first female rapper nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Beyond her music, Missy has also been involved in various philanthropic efforts. She supported causes like PETA, where she promoted the need for animal welfare in her hometown of Portsmouth, Virginia. She also partnered with MAC Cosmetics to raise funds for the MAC AIDS Fund. Additionally, Missy has donated scholarships to help young people reach their goals, and she's been active in supporting communities in need. Missy Elliott is not just a music icon, she's an inspiration for all of us. Congratulations, Dr. Elliott.